Alright, how do you feel if you hear someone while he's on a phone call with a fund manager in Tokyo, and he'll say something that should send a chill down the spine of every American investor? If he says, we are no longer buying your debt for growth, we are buying it for containment. How it will make you feel? Alright, so let me explain it to you what's going on in the market. For 40 years, the US dollar has been the bedrock of the global financial system, the safe haven. But what I am about to show you is turning to the sand. We are in the early stage of a 37 trillion global reset, a silent transfer of wealth that will make the 2008 crisis looks like a market correction. If you are not positioned for this within the next 6 months, you risk watching a decade of saving evaporate. So the worry you feel that since something is fundamentally off is not in your head, it is in the data. And the Federal Reserve balance sheet contraction is ending. The era of rate cuts is beginning again, and this isn't a soft landing, it's controlled demolition of the dollar's dominance. People lived through the stagflation of the 70s, the Black Monday of 87s, and the dot-com bust. The pattern is always same. It starts in the plumbing, the repo market, and the reverse repo facilities. These are the terms you never hear on CNBC, but they are the heart of the system. And right now the heart is under stress. When the funding market sees, and they will, the complacency in the stock market will vanish overnight. So where is the smart money going? Clients have been advised through 3 major crises, and the playbook is always the same. First, preserve the capital. And here the first one is gold. This isn't your grandfather inflation hedge anymore, and this is the direct bet against the mismanagement of the Western currencies. Central banks in the East are buying gold at a record pace. And they are not selling. They are de-dollarizing, and you should be doing that too. And secondly, this is quite critical. Bitcoin. But not for the reason you think. Most people see it as a speculative gamble. The elites call it a risk on asset, but they are wrong. I was an early skeptic, but when I saw it's a secret weapon during the exchange collapses of the past. Its edge isn't just its digital scarcity, it's self-custody. So let me explain here. When you buy a Bitcoin ETF like IBIT, you don't own Bitcoin. You own a paper claim, a promise, and behind that promise, Wall Street is engaged in something called rehypothecation. Lending out that same underlying Bitcoin to multiple parties is the same toxic practice that blew up the housing market and 1 asset, 5 claimants. But when you self-custody your Bitcoin in your own wallet, you break that chain. You hold the key. It cannot be rehypothecated. It cannot be lent out. It is the purest, most defensible form of the property in the digital age. This is the secret edge no ETF can ever give you. That is why it's the ultimate hedge against financial system malpractice. So here is my verdict. Based on the 4 decades of reading the tape, the Fed will be forced to cut rates by year's end. That is certainty. And the dollar will continue its slow motion decline, losing another 8 to 5% of its purchasing power against real assets. The probability of a flashpoint in the funding market is now over 40%. It's no longer a if, or you can say but a when. This isn't a doom and gloom prophecy. This is a call to action. The rules have changed. It's no longer about growth at all costs. It's about sovereignty over your assets, your saving, your future. I'll leave you here with this, okay? In 2007, a lot of people have been warned that the subprime problem wasn't contained. Many listened. Those who didn't, they spent the next 5 years digging out a hole. The reset happening today is quieter, but its impact will be far greater. It won't be headline on the nightly news until it's too late. You will see it first in your grocery bill and your portfolio statement, in the quiet erosion of your life work. But you don't have to be a victim. You can be one of the few who sees the tide turning and adjust their sails. The new rule is simple. Flow over story. hedge over hope, sovereignty over convenience. So if you are ready to take this seriously, do 3 things for me. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more useful information, because what comes next will be even more critical.